After seeing all the comments on my previous video surrounding the spider, me, just going on rambling about certain things instead of staying focused on the point, how about I do the exact opposite on this one and stay on track? Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood host, that guy Frank,
That's right.
Yours truly, and today we're gonna be talking about, yet again, another fan film.
You know what, you're a fucking joke.
And this one goes out to my hetero life mate, Aviator Man. So Aviator Man, thank you for recommending me this fan film. What fan film are we talking about? Well, if you are massive fans of Marvel Comics, if you guys are massive fans of the X-Men, and if you guys love guys with Napoleon Syndrome,
that's not right.
that could for sure whip your ass into the next century because they're the best at what they do, then I have a film recommendation for you. This is one surrounding the best X-Man that ever lived.
Grow those back.
I finally got to sink my claws into Godfrey Reichardt's
I am Logan the Wolf.
Logan the Wolf is what you get when you mix Marvel with God of War, mainly because of the Viking experience. While I'm not a huge nerd about Viking lore, I am a huge fan of this project and the bloody mess and carnage left on screen. So get ready and sink your claws into Logan the Wolf and subscribe if you already haven't.
Thanks a lot, man.
If this was a what-if movie or a what-if scenario for Marvel, it would honestly make that project of theirs 10 times better. It would honestly sweep the floor with any of their projects just because of how violent this movie is.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Yeah, boy!
The things that we want as Marvel fans is what we get with Logan the Wolf. If I have to summarize the plot and story about this movie, here, let's just jump right into it. Our protagonist, Logan the Wolverine, is seen living in the wilderness, like an animal, being hunted down. And Logan isn't exactly an animal in the sense that he'll attack with no thoughts, no remorse, like a mindless monster in a violent nature. He just wants to be left alone. Similar to the X-Men comics and the films, where mutants just want to coexist with humans without the fear of being attacked for being mutants, for being different. Logan knows that being himself, the wolf, as he's been dubbed, comes with a price, as there's a bounty on him for any brave man or woman willing to not just capture him, but kill him. Many hunting parties have tried, and all have failed to bring down the wolf. So what makes these next guys special? Well, nothing really. These guys are just generic bodies that are meant to be bodies for the sake of a kill count in this movie. And look, rather than sending off the hunting party, only a few step up because they have the balls to go toe-to-toe with my short king, my Wolverine. But rather than the Wolverine putting up the claws in the first fight, he puts up a solid fight, leaning on only his healing factor, an adrenaline rush, and a tad bit of rage after taking on the first bit of hunters. Now, it is a solid fight, until he gets attacked like Randy Orton, hitting an RKO from out of nowhere. The guys hunting Logan think that he's just a mere man, but once they get into that cage, once they step toe-to-toe with the Lobo himself, with the bad hombre, they realize that all those stories might possibly be true. The stories that they had wished to had only been fairy tales. Tales that they would tell their children about a wolf who butchers women and children, slaughters warriors alone. After thinking they had slain the beast, Logan comes back like he's the Undertaker, rising up above, and in possibly one of the best action sequences I've seen since Shaw Scope films and countless kung fu movies. Logan versus the entire hunting party is the best 5 minutes of cinema that should be on the big screen. While I'm not saying that it's bad to have it on YouTube, we as movie fans are robbed for not having something like this on the silver screen. I applaud the crew behind Logan the Wolf because they deserve a whole lot more attention for the stunts and the choreography they did to make these scenes intense and adrenaline fueled. You know when Logan's gonna get pissed. You know when Logan gets his ass kicked. His comeback special is going to be on the level of both Daniel Bryan and even John Cena in his Super Cena days. Because Logan is the best there is at what he does. One by one, Logan defeats the hunters with ease. Instead of killing the last hunter, the leader of this hunting party, he decides to let him go as a warning for others that this is what happens when you poke the bear. If they were smart, they would let sleeping dogs lie. But instead, the movie has a surprise ending. When the leader tries to run and save his own ass, he's hit across the head by a weapon from none other than the master of magnetism himself. Magneto tries to talk to Logan about joining forces, how their kind needs to unite to go up against the barbaric animals that are humans. Magneto says that they're gods amongst mere mortals, but similar to the scene in X-Men First Class, Logan tells him to essentially
Go fuck yourself.
by telling Magneto that he is the real god and Magneto is nothing more than a
You're a bitch!
Rather than joining forces and being disappointed, Magneto decides to pretty much just give it his all. From there, the movie fades to black. We don't really get that one-on-one action, but it leaves you wanting more. Listen, I know that my discount salesperson pitch doesn't always work, and if you're still not sold, let me give you some facts about the film and my thoughts on the movie. While I didn't give you an actual, synopsis on it, I just gave you the brief rundown since it is an 11-minute fan film. Logan the Wolf is one of many films that Godfrey, and I'm pretty sure I'm still mispronouncing the name, Godfrey and his team made, but this is their second project to date. What makes the movie even more special is knowing that the cast volunteered to be part of the project and gave it their all. Logan the Wolf was just shot in 5 days alone.
Okay.
And now I'm not sure as to what the editing process was like, but judging by their impressive VFX, whether it was the blood and the gore, the claws, Logan's healing factor, even Magneto's abilities being shown on screen, this was a team dedicated to their craft and making sure they gave it their all in order for us to not be left disappointed. While I did try to find out more information about the production and the budget, it's a very hidden project out there, but judging by the quality of their movie, they did a stellar job with the tools they had at their disposal. Aside from Logan the Wolf, I stated earlier that this isn't this group's first rodeo. They've made other movies such as Captain America vs. SWAT, a fan film literally inspired by Captain America Winter Soldier, one of Marvel's best MCU movies, just because of the fight scenes alone and the storytelling in that movie is chef's kiss. Now, aside from their Marvel projects, you're gonna hear me out, they're also gonna have fun action comedy hits like Corona Apocalypse. It's honestly just really absurd since the main character fights with another survivor over fucking toilet paper of all things.
Poopy. This
movie will have you laughing with how goofy it is and the style of editing they use, and not in a bad way. A lot of their filmography and creativity honestly remind me of guys like the Rocka Rocka Twins, who I've mentioned previously on my channel in their Talk to Me video, being the next cult classic of movies just by their creativity and levels of filmmaking alone. Godfrey Reichardt and his team are guys and gals you definitely need to support and keep an eye on, as they have a style of film that can definitely be used in Hollywood and honestly in Marvel as of right now. And now look, I know Deadpool and Wolverine is already out and I love that movie to death, but with Deadpool being the movie to open doors in the sense that we want more violence, Logan the Wolf is one that should have eyes from Marvel Studios. While it is an 11-minute film and there isn't a whole lot of storytelling since it's basically a whole action-fest movie in there, I would love to see a film or just a project surrounding Wolverine in a time period like this one. I want stories to be creative instead of just generic. And by generic, I mean in the sense of having these connected timelines, making all the movies cross over with one another. I feel that with Logan the Wolf, it wouldn't just open doors in the sense that we can have time period pieces in the MCU, but rather more violent and fun films like this one. I've been your friendly neighborhood host, that guy Frankie, yours truly, and if you didn't like this video, please tell me why in the comment section below, or if you did, tell me why. And if you have any suggestions as to what fan films I should cover, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But as of right now, your friendly neighborhood host is gonna swing off into the sunset. I have more projects to do, and my procrastination is kicking my ass, and I need to get off my goddamn ass.